Hey guys, it's A Special Cool Ace number one, bachelor because I'm single, cool because I am. Number two, single YouTuber in the Philippines. Lifestyles of a single guy. Single and free is the way to be. Are you, subscribers and viewers, I'm talking to you. Are you ready to move abroad? Here I am, living full-time in the Philippines. No regrets. I love it. I'm not bored. I'm enjoying the experience of overseas culture, different society, across the pond, different people. It's awesome. Are you ready to move abroad? All right, story time with Ace. I'll give you some back history. Now, I'm retired U.S. Air Force, military enlisted, 20 years. The first time I experienced overseas was in South Korea, 1993. I was 24 years old. And then after 1 year, I went back to America, met my future ex-wife. I went through marriage, stepdad. I had 2 kids of my own. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. If your partner wants to move on, what can you do? I was all in. I was in for the American dream. Marriage, kids, family, house, SUV, car, boat, cabin, timeshare, vacations. It didn't work out. Now, while I was active duty enlisted and part of my marriage, I was able to live in Okinawa, Japan for 4 years. That was pretty neat. And then I did a deployment to Afghanistan in 2005 for 4 months, short stint, but I was able to see the capital city of Kabul and experience that part of the world. After my divorce, I volunteered to come back over to South Korea, and luckily enough, my plan worked, and I was able to live full-time in South Korea 2010 through 2013. And then I moved back to America in 2013 to get close to my 2 kids and go through the child support years. So from 2013 to 2023, 10 years I lived in an apartment paying bills, working, surviving, trying not to get evicted from your apartment. I was paycheck to paycheck. Now, some of my first jobs in America after my military career, and I have an associate degree in financial management, and I have a Bachelor of Science degree in business management. So with my military experience and education, I didn't want to work for the government, state, or city jobs. I just wanted a regular full-time job to supplement my Air Force pension. So I started working with temp agencies, staffing agencies. They help you find jobs. I was a call center agent. I worked for Home Depot part-time for 4 months. I was a lab technician for some small electronic parts, but I was job hopping. So these staffing agencies and temp agencies, you're pretty much on board for about 4 months, and then they pull you aside, and if they like you, maybe they offer you a full-time position, or if they have an opening, or if they don't like you, But every 4 months, I was job hopping with these staffing agencies. It wasn't a full-time job that I wanted. So then a buddy of mine was like, hey, why don't you get your commercial driver's license, and that's going to open up a whole new window of opportunity for jobs, job searching, possibly a career. That's what I did, and the plan worked. I was able to be school bus driver, city bus driver, motor coach, luxury bus operator. I did, on a smaller scale, passenger. It was paratransit. So I drove a van, and you would load patients that are in a wheelchair into the van, and you're taking them from point A to point B. I also was a box truck delivery driver, aka milkman. So I wasn't able to keep some of these jobs for long. I've been fired, I've been terminated, I've quit. But I did this all the way up until the worldwide situation of March of 2020. Then we're going through the pandemic years, and that's when I voluntarily came off unemployment, and I was like, all right, it's time to get another job. And I got hired on at Amazon, which they hire anybody. But I worked there for about a year and a half. Now, I was on dating apps the 10 years. I lived in Spokane, Washington, the Pacific Northwest. So I went through all the dating games of Western women. Now, there's one-night stands, there's no strings attached, there's repeats. Maybe you see somebody for a short time, 6 months, a year, whenever you can get together or link up. Now, I was in my mid to late 40s. You're going to meet women in their 40s, 50s, 60s. Now, keep in mind, I've already been introduced to women in South Korea, Japan. I was able to visit Philippines, Thailand in that window of 2010 to 2013 as a single guy. Now, I purposely stayed single while I was in America. After my divorce, I was like, all right. I was already premeditating and planning to get back over to the Philippines. I was zeroing in on retiring and living abroad. Now, you guys, you write your own story. Sometimes you can make your own choices and decisions, and then other times, like I was married and I have a partner that wants out, well, that changes the whole thinking of I'm all into marriage, kids, family. I'm all in this forever. Well, if you have one person wants out, well, then you're thrown back out in the single world. But I already experienced overseas, living abroad. Now, I was born and raised in America, and I lived all over America. I was born in Seattle. Lived in Salt Lake City, Utah a few years, Milwaukee, Wisconsin a few years, Atlanta, Georgia a few years. I grew up most of my childhood out of Detroit, Michigan, 6 years. I graduated high school out of Boise, Idaho. College for 2 years, failed out, bombed out. I was too young, immature, wasn't focused, failed out, but I knew eventually I was going to keep fighting to get that bachelor degree. I joined the U.S. Air Force, military enlisted, and I was able to get my education completed as far as I wanted to. So you write your own story. Sometimes it's in your hands, other times it's not. But you don't want people to make decisions for you. You want to avoid that. You want to make good choices and decisions in your own life. Now, you guys, if you are in a situation, a lot of guys are, they would love to live abroad or live overseas, experience another country, culture, society, way of life. Some of you guys out there are just not in a situation you're able to do that. Some of you guys are in relationships. You could be married or have girlfriend, significant other, partner, family, kids, grandkids. You're in a situation where you just can't pull chalks and move abroad. Some of you might have medical health issues, or maybe it's a financial money issue. But try and make an effort to change your situation if you do want to move abroad, live overseas. Start now. So the 10 years I was in Spokane, you know, I'm fresh off a divorce in 2008. So 2013 to 23. Basically, you're putting your head down and you're going to work. You're grinding. And that's what I did. Job to job. I'm working. I'm trying to make a paycheck. I'm trying to supplement my Air Force pension. I was 20,000 US dollars plus in debt, credit card debt, no savings, paycheck to paycheck. You put your head down, you go to work, you grind, and you try and get yourself out of a situation. And it could take 5 years, 10 years. But you just keep grinding, and I was envisioning I'm going to live abroad. I am going to move to the Philippines and experience living overseas. Take control of your life. Don't let anybody try and sway your decisions. Sometimes you have pressure from family. Why are you moving overseas? Why are you moving abroad? Oh my gosh, your family's here in your home country. You guys, it's your life. Do what you gotta do. Make smart choices, smart decisions. Envision your goals. Now, since I moved over here, I currently live in Angeles City, Philippines. Single and free is the way to be. My single life helped me tremendously in all the things that I just talked about. It's easy to get stuff done when you're single and unattached. And I purposely did that. So I'm sitting in the situation that I'm in right now. I have no regrets. I love the Philippines. I've traveled domestically up and down. I have a 10-year-old daughter in Davao City. I visit her. I've been to Cebu City, Manila, and I live here in Angeles City. And then I've had fun little mini vacations. I've been to Boracay, Puerto Galera, Subic Bay. So it's fun. Philippines, 7,000 plus islands. This is a beautiful country. So I'm writing my story. I'm living my life. Live your best life. Don't be stuck. If you are, try and get yourself out of the situation. I'm happy to be here. I'm gonna stay here until I get bored. Maybe I'll move to Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia, Singapore, Cambodia. Who knows what my future holds, but right now, I'm gonna live in Angeles City, Philippines. All right, guys. Thank you, subscribers and viewers, for watching this video. Are you ready to move abroad. All right, guys. Peace.